Okay, so this is going to be my first actual video where I talk about something that doesn't really matter, but it's really more about training the voice. If you watch the intro, you understand what's going on. A random idea I had for a topic I could talk about was my Kindle, and specifically whether or not it's better than just reading like a book analog acoustic. um because like the instinctive response to like you should get a Kindle is, oh yeah, I would, but honestly, like, I love reading paper books too much. Like, I love the feel of it too much. Like, I'm not sure if I could get into reading a Kindle, and that is what I thought at first. Like, I would not be able to get into what I assumed was essentially just a tablet. But the fact that it uses, this whole e-ink technology. Hang on, let me just turn it on. Yeah, there you go. You notice how dark that is? That's because I don't have the light enabled. And despite the fact that the light's not enabled, there's still like, you can still see the words. So how does that work? Well, there's actual ink underneath that screen. That's how it works. So really, it's an incredibly analog acoustic experience despite it being a device, because there's actual ink being shifted under there to form words. It's not like a LED screen or whatever. So that means it's really good on the eyes. So like my problem was I used to read books on my phone sometimes, and that was not a pleasant experience, because even if you turn on dark mode and you turn on the eye comfort shield, you're still gonna like not have a good time staring at a screen for that long, especially with the size of the phone. You know how small it is. But with a Kindle, you don't have that problem, because if you don't want light blaring into your eyes, you can just turn the light off. It's a device whose screen you can interact with even when there's no light coming from it. Just ambient light from around you. And the light that it does use is a front light, not a back light, meaning it's essentially, like, as far as I understand it, how it works is there's like lights in kind of the bezels or whatever of the screen, and like they just kind of emanate light. So it's like there's a lamp just like on your book, which doesn't really cause eye strain, so you can still read it in the dark, and that's pretty epic. A hot topic though has been Amazon like delisting books that you buy. So like even if you like spend money purchasing a book from their store, they might randomly take it away from you because of, who knows, censorship or whatever. But to get around that, I've jailbroken my Kindle, so all of the book files on my Kindle are mine, and there's nothing anyone can do about it, which is how I enjoy my digital media. I have a home server actually for my TV shows and movies, which that's a good topic for another video actually. Hang on. See, that's okay. That's the problem with the voice training, is that it starts out like okay, well, like not as good as I want it to be, obviously, but it worsens as I get more comfortable, and I want to be able to sustain it for longer periods of time. So let me just get into the mentality of it more. Hey, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, so where were we? Yeah, well, the original question was, is it a better experience than reading a book? Ultimately, it's not as tactile, and the screen is darker than like the pages of a regular book. So, though you can read it in sunlight, you do actually need more light than you would for a regular book to read it, because for one, I've actually installed a screen protector on top of it, which darkens it even further. But in general, like there's layers of glass between your eyes and the page, which naturally will diffuse light and make it a bit dimmer. Not too dim, but like it's still very readable. But you can read books in lower light conditions, assuming you don't. I mean, that's the whole point of the front light. You can just turn it on if you need it. And I really enjoy the fact that I can have my entire book collection just brought around with me. Like, I can only really feasibly bring one or two, if I'm crazy, books around me when I'm going around. But with the Kindle, I can have fucking dozens of books on me. Which arguably is not a great thing, because something that I'm kind of into lately is, intentionality with how we approach technology. And if my Kindle does have just a billion options I could pick from, it kind of makes it, what am I trying to say? It's almost akin to doom scrolling. Obviously, a much healthier version of doom scrolling, but having too many options can be a bad thing sometimes. Like, it helps you, like, it can kind of hinder your focus if you let it. So, but regardless, I think the advantages of this Kindle far, far outweigh the negatives. And I am going to have a hot take. I think I prefer having the old Kindle compared to just reading everything on books. Look, is it nice to own a physical copy of your book and to have it on the shelf? Yeah, I have my bookshelf up here right now. It's very nice to look at, but there's just too much. The Kindle just provides too much. You know what that is in the background? That's a holder for my Kindle. So what I can do is, when I'm about to go to bed, I prop it up while I connect it to the stand there, and I attach a Bluetooth clicker to it. So I can literally just lie back and click and read in a very relaxed position. I've fallen asleep that way, and it's okay, obviously infinitely better than reading or doing anything on your phone. And it's kind of difficult to accomplish a reading setup like that for a paperback book. My god, yeah, I guess that's my hot take. That I wasn't expecting that to be my take, but yeah, the Kindle is a better reading experience and better user experience, weird thing to say, than a book, than having books. Especially considering, yeah, it is jailbroken, so I own the files. That's one criticism you'd have of someone who hasn't jailbroken their Kindle, that they don't really own their books. But I own my books, they're there, and I have a backup of them on my Calibre on my laptop. So I'm struggling to find a downside, to be honest with you. The battery life is fantastic, by the way, in case that's something you were thinking about, because I can go 3 weeks with kind of regular use of it without it running out of battery, and it charges instantly. Well, half an hour, it'll get you 80% or something. It's no, yeah. There's the one exception, I don't know, is if the power grid collapses, and I'll be able to read paperback books, I guess, if the apocalypse comes upon us. But if there's no charging, I'm not going to be able to read my Kindle technically. But as little faith as I have in the state of the world, I don't believe, at least in my lifetime, that we're going to experience a power outage of that degree. And I am so sorry if I just jinxed it. If you're I don't know, 50 years in the future, and you're looking back on this and oh my god, you stupid bitch, why did you jinx it? But conclusion, the Kindle's better. Sorry. Hail technology. Give your soul to Amazon. That's the message of the story. Yeah. Goodbye. Oh god. Not happy with my voice in this one, but not happy with my voice in this one. Okay, let me just do some quick voices for you. So this is my voice when I'm kind of largely relaxed. It's what I've largely been talking in over the course of the video. If I try a bit harder, I get something like this. I'm not sure if this is better or worse. I think it might actually be better, but it's a little bit less relaxed for me, which is why I fall back when I try and do this into my more relaxed version, which is here. And honestly, how long is this video so far? I underestimated how long I could yap for. We're already on 10 minutes, basically. Okay, what was I gonna say? What was I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna run through some... No, I already said that. Okay, so this is my regular relaxed voice. I've said that already. And if I try a bit harder, it's this, but it sounds... I know what I was about to say. I kind of prefer a lower register for my female voice, but the problem is it's actually more difficult to do a lower female voice as a trans woman than it is to do a higher female voice. So One might argue I should try harder to just kind of have something like this, and then from there work that downwards to the pitch I want it to be. I'm like, but I don't. It feels weird having this pitch coming out of me. Like, I don't really like it. When I think of like attractive female voices, this isn't what I kind of imagine. I prefer something like this, a bit more relaxed, a bit more chill, like not too like, ooh. I just ooh-wooed. That's gonna be on the internet now. That was not well thought out. Anyway, this video is already way too long. 10 minutes, yeah, that's way too long because, I'm trying to get the Gen Alpha crowd, I'm trying to brainwash them to the trans ideology, so I need to make some shorts for that, I guess. Okay, sign off. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.